NewsChannel 5 Network. This is Score on Business.
Hey, welcome to Score on Business. I'm Pete Hendricks. I'm your host today. Check out scorenashville.org. There are a lot of resources to help entrepreneurs and small businesses succeed. So today we are with Shelly Gary, who is the president of ProManager, a company that focuses on training the foundational management skills in organizations. The last time we had Shelly on, she had recently made the transition from a 10-year management consulting career to running a management training business. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me back, Pete.
Yeah, well, you have good content. You share good stuff. So what realizations have you made from your transition from consulting to training?
Well, it's been interesting because, you know, consulting is big blue ocean. You know, you've really got to get into a company and work with them and spend time with the leadership or the owner of the company before you really know where the problems are. And training has been a lot more straightforward. It's, companies are asking us in when they know that they have a problem with their management and something's off, where they're losing people, they can't keep good managers, or they can't keep good frontline folks because they're leaving their managers. So it's been a lot more straightforward than having to problem solve, get in and dig around, and 3 months later figuring out, oh, we thought we were headed here, but really the problem is over here. So it's just nice to have it more straightforward, and you're going into companies that are either already doing training or know that they need training. The companies that do not realize that they need training, you just kind of pass right by. And
oh yeah, so. Yeah. If they aren't realizing that, then yeah. But you know, especially with the unemployment at the historically low levels,
absolutely,
you better be
retaining your folks.
And,
right.
And I think the statistics are pretty high that when people leave, it's their immediate manager. Absolutely,
yeah. It's over and over. It's not that folks leave bad companies or bad products. Companies that make bad products. It's they're leaving their manager most of the time.
Right.
So you want to give them the skills that they need.
Give them the skills they need, and it may be that management's not for them.
Exactly. That's right. Maybe they got promoted, they had been there the longest, or showed up every day. They were really good at making a widget or programming data, but when it came to actually communicating with people, that's not their forte.
Well, it's a totally different skill set than what their former job was.
Absolutely. That's really what you have to dig into to figure out, is this person in the right seat, or should they go back to another position within the company? Right.
Okay, so how are companies currently training their employees?
Well, you know, you've got online training has become a big part of training programs today. And you also have, you know, your traditional trainer-led programs. But believe it or not, a lot of companies, more than you would think, are still doing the old OTJ, on-the-job training.
On the job, not training.
On the job, not training. And whatever good or bad habits that the person they're training with, they pick those up as well. So so you really got the three methods: so online, in person, and on the job.
Right. And so you would be engaging with the latter two.
Correct.
Yeah. Or the what?
Or with the trainer-led.
Trainer-led? Okay. Are you doing online at this point?
Not at this point. We're moving toward that. Probably by the end of the year, we will have a portion of our modules online.
I'll tell you, I know that there's a lot of money to be saved, but with instructor-led, people are more engaged.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very hard for me to watch a video that is not completely engaging without being pulled.
Absolutely, and that's what more and more companies are seeing. I believe we're going to talk about the trends in online versus trainer-led, but you see a pendulum swing, this kind of shifting back from, you know, folks said, okay, we can do online, and you know, there's a lot of free stuff out there. There's, you know, YouTube videos. We'll put that on the platform, and our folks can watch that, and we'll just see if they're learning. But it's not. Every statistic shows it's not as effective as the actual trainer in the room, engaged with their peers, and cutting out that time for them to be with the rest of their, with several folks from their either division or cross training from other divisions, and talking about the things that come up in real life instances. It's hard to, imagine conflict resolution, or even having to terminate someone and learning that online. I don't think we'll ever see that.
One thing that just occurred to me, there's some things for online training. Like I worked at FedEx for many years.
Okay.
So when somebody comes on and they're going to be a driver, a lot of what they need to know probably online would work okay. But when it comes to leading people, and it sounds like you're focused on leadership training. Am I gathering that correctly?
Well, it's actually, leadership training right now, just the term leadership training, a lot of stuff falls up under it. How we separate ourselves is, what I say is we're the blocking and tackling of management. We say, this is exactly what you do in this situation, and here are some steps to help you through every situation you're going to have as a manager. Leadership is taking that, basically we're just giving them the skills to do what they do every day. Leadership is taking it one step further, and we're not involved in that leadership space. We're just in the management training. These are the skills that you need to do your job every day.
So I didn't ask that question exactly the way I meant to.
Sure.
So what you're doing is management, blocking, and tackling. You're not teaching how to do customer service. You're not, it's kind of new manager, blocking and tackling. These are the basic skills that are really important.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And sometimes it's new supervisors and managers, and sometimes it's middle managers who always did on-the-job training and never got the foundational competencies down.
Whenever I hear someone say, I've been doing this 20 years, that,
Right. What have you been doing?
Something not good is about to come out. Okay, so actually you covered the question, and I hadn't even read it, about the trends on instructor-led versus online. I think we covered that one. So retention is such a hot topic today with unemployment being low.
Absolutely.
But until people were smart, it would be a topic all the time. So from your experience, what are smart companies doing right to retain their top talent?
Well, there are several things that they're doing. The smart companies know that 40% of their folks leave in 1 year, or the national average is 40% turnover in the first year.
In companies as a whole?
Absolutely. And companies that start onboarding before an employee even gets on property their first day, that goes from 40%, they're able to retain 80% of their folks in the first year. So that goes, that cuts it in half.
Go dive into that. What exactly? What does that mean?
So most companies, you hear horror stories, especially when you're training management stories. Of, hey, tell us your.
Shelly, my apologies.
Sure.
Let's take a break and then come back and we'll dive into that.
Okay. Great.
Okay, ladies and gents, we'll be right back.